Hey, this is Adam Torres, and I'm here to tell you that it has never been easier to start your very own podcast. At Mission Matters, our goal is to amplify stories that matter. That means we want to help you start your podcast because your story matters. We can do this in 3 different ways. 1, join our podcast school and take a free or paid course. 2, visit our resources page where we've already figured out what you need, such as where to host your podcast. Or 3, heck, we can even do everything for you through our podcast agency, including editing for cheaper than you can do in-house. Oh, and no contracts, services month to month. Get started by heading over to missionmatters.com and click on Start a Podcast. All right, now let's get into the show. Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of the Mission Matters Marketing Podcast, your source for all things marketing. My name is Adam Torres. You can follow me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres. Keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, signings, all that other good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, missionmatters.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Sam Shepler on the line, and he's founder and CEO over at Testimonial Hero. Sam, welcome to the show.
Thanks, Adam. It's great to be here.
Oh, man. So I'm excited to get into today's topic, Sam. So we're going to talk about the benefits of testimonials and specifically video testimonials. But overall, I like to talk about testimonials because, well, you're doing that day in and day out. But, you know, I talk to my clients, I talk to people all the time about, like, why they need them, like how social selling works, like all these different things. And I'm like, people so often miss the testimonial side of things. So before we get deeper into that, let's just start off with you giving us a little bit of context around what you do over at Testimonial Hero, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So Testimonial Hero, we are a video testimonial creation service for B2B marketing leaders. So we produce video testimonials all over the world, both in person and also 100% remotely, so virtual testimonials. And yeah, our kind of mission is really to help B2B marketing leaders drive greater results by better communicating their value or the value of their company through the voice of the customer.
So, Sam, at the end of this, I'm going to give you the opportunity to leave your contact info or website or really wherever you want somebody to follow up with you at and your team. But I want to make sure that the right types of organizations do connect. Is there any specific niches or size of company or otherwise that are typically a good fit to work with you and your team?
Yeah, so we typically, a lot of our customers, a majority B2B, a lot of B2B software companies, as well as, B2B services and B2B manufacturing. But typically, companies 50 employees and up, those are, typically about the size where they sort of, that's our sweet spot.
So, I harp on testimonials all day long. I say they're super important. I think companies need them. I mean, they're a big deal, but I'm not the testimonial guy. So, I'm not helping companies do this day in and day out. So, where do you want to start with this topic? Because I'd be interested to hear your end of things, like the benefits of testimonials and what you've seen happen.
Yeah, maybe we can just start with, why does it really matter, right? Why do testimonials matter?
Mm-hmm. Go for it.
Yeah, the real thing is, especially today, customers want to hear from other customers, right? There was a study that came out recently from Gartner that said just 9% of B2B buyers find vendor content trustworthy. So just 9% of B2B buyers find the content that you're putting out, your marketing content, trustworthy. So that's not a whole lot. Conversely, 70% of B2B buyers actually, agree that customer stories are the best way to, communicate differentiation that is trustworthy. So, the bottom line is it matters because it works, and it's also just honestly quite a bit easier. You can spend weeks and months putting together like the perfect, marketing script, or you can, talk to your customer, and your customer can, help you create an amazing piece of content much faster, and it's authentic, it's real, and it's really what, increasingly buyers want, which is to hear from their peers.
No, I think it's great, and really as we look at the idea of connecting with brands and what that means, to me, the testimonial side of thing is really like that's the ultimate. Like it doesn't really get any higher than that. You can put the data, you can put this, you can put that, you can put the study up there. But there's something about when you click that video and you see somebody else, and you can't fake it. This isn't a professional actor. This isn't it's somebody that's used the product and or service, had a great experience, and they thought enough of it to take their time to do a video testimonial so that the company could use it to share with your other customers. I mean, can you get any happier as a business or business owner to see that happen? I mean, in my mind, it's just a no-brainer.
Absolutely. And yeah, you're exactly right. And yeah, the fact that one of your customers is even, willing to, step on camera and, kind of, testify to the value of your brand, that says that in itself, says a ton. So just having a great rack of video testimonials on your website, even if no one ever watches them, it's already huge social proof. But then when people actually watch them and they get to, enjoy that content, it's of course even better. And in terms of how versatile they are, you can use video testimonials on your website. You can use them in one-to-one sales conversations. You can use them over cold email. You can use them in your email nurture. You can, edit shorter versions of them as advertisements. Your messaging on your website may change, but, a testimonial from a customer is, in most cases, it's really evergreen, right? So there's just so many benefits that you get when the modality is that customer voice.
Mm. So let's take a moment and kind of talk about the difference between maybe a testimonial and a review, because I think some people listening to this might be confused, and I'm glad you brought up the idea of reviews or social proof, because to me, the testimonial is like a step above the review, and especially video, because it's one thing to go on to, for example, even an Amazon or something else, when you read it, how many stars, you give it good, but the testimonial side of things, especially video, when you see somebody's face, to me is totally different. I'm like, wow, they really care about this if they did an actual testimonial or a product demo or something in Amazon's case, but a testimonial, I'm like, oh, it's pretty unique to me.
Absolutely. And yeah, so with reviews, which are also good, and they're, certainly a piece of the kind of social proof puzzle for sure. A lot of times, the sort of the data is that we, as B2B buyers, we sort of use it similar to Amazon, and we're more looking at the quantity of the reviews, right? With testimonials, it's typically in testimonial videos in particular, it's the use case and where they especially shine is more in a situation where you can give a specific prospect a view into the life of another prospect who's just like them, right? And really let them kind of deep dive into that, customer story and give them a window into how they can see similar results. The other thing is with written reviews, not so much on review sites because they actually do a good job of this, but on, just general, written reviews on a website, it's always possible and frequently happens, and we all know this, that basically these reviews are often just kind of written by the marketing department, and then signed off on by the customer, right? So the great thing about, video testimonials in terms of the format of video is, it's real, like you said, and there's also just, psychologically, as humans, we're wired to connect with faces. So it's just in terms of the engagement and just the truthiness of it, nothing beats video.
Fantastic. So Sam, that being said, I can talk to you about this all day long. I hope I did a good job in making sure that everybody here knows, because you did a great job. But I tell people all the time, I'm like, come on, you got to get testimonials. You have all these happy customers. You have all these stories you share with me. How come they're not on your website? How come people don't know that? So my mission today was to hopefully get some people awake that are listening right now, that are thinking to themselves, hey, you know, testimonials, we've been thinking about that. It might make sense. It makes sense. You should do it. Trust me. That it's made a big difference in our business doing testimonials. So that being said, Sam, if somebody is listening to this and they want to learn more about Testimonial Hero and connecting with you and your team, I mean, what's the best way for them to reach out?
Yeah, absolutely. The best way to reach out is just to visit our website, which is testimonialhero.com. You can see there's a lot of free resources on there, including some articles on how to actually ask for testimonials. One quick little tip I'll just drop very fast is, if you're negotiating on a deal and the prospect is trying to kind of beat you up on price a little bit, and if you're looking to push the deal over the edge, instead of just giving them something for nothing, ask for an agreement in the contract that they will do a video testimonial for you pending satisfaction in the future. So that way you get it in the contract, and it's a great way to actually push the deal over the line, but not give them something for nothing, and then you kind of set that expectation early.
And you deepen the relationship. I mean, that's going to deepen the relationship. They're going to be gratified because you're saying pending that, you're satisfied with everything and that you like what you get. So now you're deepening the relationship too. You have more reasons to have a different type of conversation. And I think that's a great idea. Really, that's smart, man. You're sharp, Sam. So thank you again for coming on the show today. It's been a pleasure having you on, and I'm happy to bring what you're doing at Testimonial Hero to my audience and to the audience as always. Thank you for tuning in. Hope you got a lot of value out of this. If you did, don't forget to subscribe to the podcast, leave me a review on the Apple iTunes Store, and if you're watching this on our YouTube channel, Mission Matters Marketing, definitely give us a subscribe there, but also leave us some comments on the video. Love to know what kind of projects and things that you're working on. And Sam, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks, Adam. It was a blast, and appreciate it.